Hey everyone, Michael Hammond here for your Monday morning fuel up. It's December 9th. The month is flying by, the year is flying by. Hope all of you guys had a fantastic weekend. I had a great weekend. Busy. My wife's been super busy at work. She's had a lot of projects she was working on. Saturday, I was able to watch some college football, and I've attended a lot of games this year in person. So it's one of the few weekends where I actually got to just sit and watch three, four, five games and everything else. So that was a lot of fun. And then Sunday, we had some errands to run, and then we had a chance to go out and get some food. And I'll share that story with you because I think it applies to the mortgage industry. All right. So it is December 9th, right? We're working on how do we end strong? How do we set ourselves up for success in the new year? And I think we always have to be looking. The weekends I love to talk about, it's a chance to recharge. I got to read. I got to listen to some podcasts. I was taking some notes, organizing some things. And then an experience happened as my wife and I were out running some errands that I want to share with you because I think this also applies to the mortgage industry. So we were out running some errands and we're like, it's getting a little bit later. Let's go grab what I call dunch, right? A late lunch and early dinner. Let's go get some dunch. We were right by the mall. We're like, okay, let's go to P.F. Chang's is right there. We haven't been to P.F. Chang's in a long time, so we went to P.F. Chang's in Ann Arbor. We walk in, there's barely anybody in there, and the hostess, this is her greeting to us. It's going to be at least 10 or 15 minutes. We got to clean some tables. Okay, cool. We'll wait. Give me your cell phone number. We'll text you. I'm like, okay, there's no one here and I'm sitting right next to your booth, but cool, no problem. So we wait at least the full 10 minutes. And instead of her just saying, hey, your table's ready, I mean, we were literally sitting right next to the hostess stand. She texts us. And then she wants me to show her the text, that I got the text, even though there's no one else in the restaurant. I'm like, whatever, let's have a nice time. We go and we sit down and we're sitting and we're sitting and we're sitting. We waited 15 minutes and not one person acknowledged us. Not one person asked us if we wanted something to drink. Nothing. Now, in years past, I would have handled the situation much differently. Embarrassed to say, I would have asked for the manager. I would have told him about, we always have great experiences at PF Chang, and this was a miserable experience, and blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, even though I would have felt better for 2 seconds for telling that manager how I really felt, it would have ruined the experience of sitting and enjoying a wonderful meal with my wife. So right at that moment, you have a choice. Do you sit there? You kind of disgruntled. If they couldn't even get us drinks and water, how are they ever going to get our food out in time? And what kind of experience is that going to be? So I just said, let's pivot. She goes, well, what do you want to do? I go, let's leave. She goes, okay. And she goes, don't say anything to the hostess. I said, I won't. We just pivoted. One of our favorite restaurants, Carlisle, is like 5-10 minutes away. We went to Carlisle's. They had 3 times as many people at their restaurant. They instantly welcomed us as we walked in. They sat us at a table right away. We had drinks right away. Our food came out, and my wife and I just had a wonderful time. We got to visit. We got to just enjoy each other's company because we've been so busy running and trying to end the year strong. So it was really nice. We had a delightful meal. And so the first learning experience that we can take from that is, are you going to get worked up? Are you going to let other people ruin your joy and happiness? Or are you going to be in control of the situation? That's my money I'm spending. If you don't want to give me a great experience, no problem, no harm, no foul. Let's just move on. And so being willing to pivot and be a little less offendable, like don't let it ruin your day. It was terrible customer experience from P.F. Chang's in Ann Arbor. I won't go back. And if I go back to P.F. Chang's, it definitely won't be at that location. But I can't let that ruin the time that I had with my wife. And luckily, we didn't. We had a great time and we had a great day and we visited and we caught up and what do we have to else do for Christmas and what else needs to be done this week. And we planned out our week and it was just a fabulous time. So be willing to pivot. Don't let other people's actions destroy your day. That's the second part of it. I don't care if it's a boss. I don't care if it's a coworker. I don't care if it's a customer. I don't care if it's somebody in the parking lot. How you react is under your control. Don't let it ruin your day. Stay focused, keep moving forward about what was most important. And spending time with my wife was most important. But it also leads me to a second thing that I also want to touch upon is, when is the last time you've reviewed your customer experience? And I don't just mean adding technology, but in the mortgage industry, these same lessons apply. That was a terrible customer experience that PF Chang's delivered. Is your team doing the same thing? Oh, the girl had some training, right? She knew for me to fill out and get that text. She knew that, but they lost the whole human element of why you do any of that. To deliver a great experience, to deliver an experience where people want to come back and they're excited about it and they want to talk about it for good reasons and not for a terrible experience. We had a great experience at Carlisle's. So you need to go and look at what is the experience that you're delivering and what is your team delivering. So I hope all of you guys are ready to have a great week. It's crunch time, right? Holidays are almost upon us. Christmas is almost here. The new year is almost here. We want to end strong. We want to start the year off right. There's been a lot of great tips. What can we learn from that poor experience? How can we choose to pivot? How can we choose not to let it ruin the rest of our day? And then thirdly, as a company, are we truly delivering a great customer experience, or are people just going through the motions? Go out there and have an amazingly blessed day and always be adding value.